Hey there, and welcome to A Well-Rounded Life, the podcast, a space for creative entrepreneurs seeking an intentional life and biz filled with grace, passion, and purpose. I'm your host, Geomyra. I'm a mama, wife, dessert fanatic, and on the ultimate mission to get you closer to your idea of what it means to live a well-rounded life. Right here is where you'll find curated resources, quick tips, and relatable stories, no matter what season of life you're in. So hang out with me for a bit and let's dive in. You're listening to A Well-Rounded Life podcast, episode number 40. Hey fam, I am back this week with a solo episode based around a topic that has been on my heart. Today, I want to share with you 3 tips to reevaluate, rejuvenate, and reset your ideal well-rounded life. Being at home on lockdown, much like most of the country, has got me doing a lot of thinking. The last few weeks in quarantine have been filled with so much insight, rich conversations, deep reflections, and tons of prayer, amongst other things. The truth of the matter is, all of the things I just listed are much needed. When's the last time you took time to reflect on every aspect of your life, from your career and how it affects your family dynamics and your relationships, to your family and friends and the roles that they all play in your everyday life and mental health? Because let me tell you, being isolated from my loved ones and close friends has proven to be much harder than I originally thought. When's the last time you were able to sit in stillness with minimal distractions, deadlines, and just cut out the noise? Let me give you some unsolicited advice here on the show and remind you that there may never, hopefully never, be another opportunity quite like this one or an excuse for you to really hone in and focus on the areas that are most important to you. There may never come a time when you will be able to utilize this time that you would normally spend on a morning or evening commute to work on that passion project that's been on your heart. When's the last time we've had the chance to use our weekends and extra time in the evening to get our house in order? The things that we used to do on the weekends, we are now doing in the morning, during the day, and at night. Complete shift and just things just being a little different. Are you like me and living on Pinterest these days with new ideas, organizational envy, and way too many recipes pinned? I'm raising my hand. I'm that girl. There may never come a time where you can have intentional conversations with the people that are in your inner circle without feeling guilty because you have to move on to the next thing or the next thing or the next project or the next person. Because think about it. I'm sure there are people that you call yourself connecting with, but you rush them off the phone because you know you're moving on to something else. Heck, there may never be a time when you have full capabilities to virtually meet with new folks via FaceTime, Zoom, or your new fave video conferencing app, because I'm sure there are going to be some new ones that pop up as a result of this whole pandemic. Because we know how it is when we are hustling and bustling during what would be our normal, we know that we actually need to take advantage of this time. I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it now. More than ever, this is the time that we need to make decisions. It's no time like the present to decide what we want to do with our lives, with our talents, and with the relationships that we currently have and the relationships that we want to cultivate. Today, I want you to listen in as we make a plan to use this time to hit reset so that we can begin to live our version of a well-rounded life post-quarantine and beyond. So grab your free download over on awellroundedlifepodcast.com/episode 40, and let's get into these 3 steps. All right, friend. So did you get your freebie over on the website? The link is also in the show notes, so make sure you have that. Download, grab your pen, and let's get into it. So tip number 1, let's use this time to evaluate everything that was taking up time and space in our previous lives. And let me just say that I am using the term previous because I truly feel that there is going to be a dynamic shift in how we roll as individuals, families, and a country going forward. So think about how you were rolling pre-COVID-19. Was your life filled with chaos? Were you feeling stretched thin? Do you now realize that there are some folks and areas in your life that were being neglected? Make a list of at least 3 things that you know could use more attention and TLC from you going forward. And get real with yourself. No time for BS when you're trying to make things right and curate your ideal. Okay, so get that freebie, make that list of 3 things that you know that needs more attention from you and some more TLC. Now that you've made your list, we are going to rejuvenate. That is tip number 2. Tip number 2 is all about new birth and rejuvenation. That is what number 2 is all about. Are there things that you used to do that have fallen by the wayside? Maybe it's a hobby, a talent, or just love of exercising or volunteering at your church or something that you know you need to get back into. Maybe there is a relationship that you had that you need to rejuvenate and put some energy into and some effort. Can I let you in on a secret? The relationship could potentially be the one that you have with yourself. Self-love, self-care. Do you need to rejuvenate those things with everything that's going on and all the movement and things that we have going on in the world? Do you need to take some time for yourself? So think about that. Some of us during this time have neglected blocking off time for ourselves because we can't go get those massages or those manicures or get our hair done. And so that me time has been taken away. How can you make some time to take care of yourself in this season? Because you deserve that. Those of us that typically have date nights and one-on-one time with our booze, we haven't been able to do that as well. I want you to promise yourself that you are still going to try very, very hard to make it a priority to hang out with your person. Who is that person for you? Most likely you shacked up with them in quarantine, right? But I want you to make intentional time that is not watching the news, not watching Netflix, but just some one-on-one time. Okay? Because there's so much noise around us. In PSA, that noise can translate into having the kids around 24/7. I'm raising my hand. My kids have been all around all day long, homeschooling, riding bikes, needing a sandwich, needing to be taken care of because we're all in this together. But guess what, friend? Those little people, at some point, they have to go to bed, right? At some point, you also got to shut that laptop from work. At some point, you have to rest. So make sure that when you do close the laptop, put the kids to bed or whatnot, that you are prepared to steal that time away to nurture the relationship you have with your quarantine buddy or long lost friend or someone that you need to check in on as well. Okay, so grab your sheet of paper and I want you to make a list of 3 relationships or activities or hobbies or whatever it is that you need to rejuvenate and pay attention to sooner than later. That is for tip number 2 in that slot. Tip number 3 is to hit that reset button. Let me let you in on an awesome secret. You have the right at any moment to hit reset on things in your life that you are not happy with. Is it your weight that you're having issues with? Funny story. Funny, but not funny. Ha. My boy told me last night, he says that my tummy was getting big and asked if there was a baby brother in there because he really wants a baby brother. He wants a baby brother and a puppy. I may get him that puppy, but there ain't going to be any baby brothers anytime soon. Okay, I'm just trying to survive. This morning, guess what I'm sipping on? A green smoothie. Because I have been hitting that pantry. I have been whipping up some new meals. And your girl over here needs to step away from the table. And Jack let me know that today. And I was like, oh, snap, Jack. I see what you're doing. So let me move away from the table. So if you need to hit reset like me, join me in hitting reset by maybe clearing that pantry, that refrigerator, Make a new grocery list with more healthy options. Go outside, go for a walk. I got a bike, so I can bike with my little people. So I am doing that a little bit more. But in all seriousness, do you need to hit reset on things related to how your workflows and your client experience is handled within your business, right? We can hit reset at any moment. Block off some time and hit reset. Personal, business, what parts of your life do you need to reset? Clean things up while you don't have these pressing deadlines and promises to deliver on right now. And I know some of you are like, all right, G, listen up. I am out here homeschooling these kids. I'm trying to put out these fires, keep my 9 to 5 and my sanity. I get it. However, I believe in you and that you can and you will stop making excuses and you will find the time that you need to make it happen. My mama used to say, people make time for the things that they want to make time for. And I have learned that to be true. There are people out there, guys, as well, that are doing a lot more with a lot less. And I'm going to repeat that. There are people that don't have the resources that you have. They don't have the support that you have. They don't have the daggone talents and the gifts that you have. But hear me when I say they are making it happen. Okay? And if you have all of this frustration and clutter and things that are just in the way, you are not showing up as the best version of yourself. So hit reset and clear that mental or that physical clutter so that you can make these things happen. And you guys know the people that I'm talking about. These are the people that are pumping out content, showing up in the world, and we're on the sidelines shaking our heads and we're like, what the heck are they delivering? This is a mess. This is not cute. This is false and not the way this is supposed to be done. My stuff is better. But guess what, y'all? We can't be hating on them because they showed up. Just be mad at yourself because you didn't put in the work, okay? We're not going to be hating on people, but instead we are going to change how we do things, how we show up, because we need to do that. It's time to show up. If anything that this has taught me is that now is the time for me to decide how I want to show up and how I want to end this year strong and how I also want to serve my clients going forward. Promise yourself that you're going to figure out the time that you need, the people you need to activate, and the plan that you need to make it all happen. And I couldn't be more excited to cheer you on and to hold you accountable because I'm a heck of an accountability partner, okay? So if that is you, if you are someone that needs to reevaluate, to rejuvenate, or to hit reset so that you can start to live more well-rounded, holla at your girl. If you are listening to this and you need that accountability partner or a solid plan of action, holler at me. I am hello@coachingforcreatives.co, or I'm on Instagram. As you know, I am at Coach for Creatives. So if anything I said today resonated with you and you know you just need to just get up and get into action and to get into the game and to stop just sitting there and same fill in the blank different day, get up. Let's get to work. Let's get going, because we know when this is all over, it is going to be a whole new world. But at least when all this is over, you'll have a plan of action. And I love that. There is no time like the present. We're going to hit reset. We're going to set yourselves up for success and the best year yet. Because guess what, guys? 2020 is not over. It's not even halfway over. I know a lot of people are like, this year sucks. 2019, I'm so sorry. We were so rude to you. We were all like 2020 vision. Hoo. But guess what? The year ain't over. You just don't know how you may be blessed at the end of the year when you decide to show up and get into the game. There is still plenty of time to execute those goals, friends. And I sincerely pray and believe that that is so true. There is still time to make it all happen. Reevaluate, rejuvenate, and reset your ideal. Don't get left behind, friend, okay? We're not going to do that. We are going to be 2 steps ahead. All right? Sound good? All right, friends. So thank you for carving out some time to kick it with me today. It means so much to me to know that you are tuned in during this chaotic time and that you are still rocking with me. And if you are listening in, do me a favor and send over a screenshot. Tag me at Coach for Creatives And if you're not on our email list, you are missing out. We have some awesome projects launching soon, and you really don't want to miss out on what we are dropping. Team GLP is still rocking it out, and we cannot wait for you to see what we have been working on. And lastly, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast, review the show, and drop us that 5-star rating. Both would be greatly appreciated, more than you know. It really means so much to us. I love you, well-rounders. I really hope you and your family are doing well. Say hi over on IG, and let's make some connections during this time. Perfect time to connect. Until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and I will chat with you soon. Bye. Friends, thanks for kicking it with us this week. Remember to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode airs. I'd love it if you leave us a review and share this goodness with your squad. Until next time, seek a well-rounded life and remember to focus on what matters most.